Thank you very much for coming.
So, Derek, did you...
Shut up. Go on.
Did you think that Joe was never gonna drop? Because you landed shot after shot clean on his chin.
I knew he was tough, man. Jesus Christ, that guy's tough.
Were you exhausted at any point? Just keep constantly landing that shot?
I was tired. Because I haven't boxed for a year. You know, so you have to understand, when you train and you spar, and when you fight, it's always different. So I haven't been in the ring for a year, and everything else was started getting harder. But I had to just bite my gum through and just dig deep in, bro. It was hard.
You said you wanted to fight again in Manchester later this year. Have you got an opponent in mind?
I don't know yet. I want to see.
Derek, talk to me about the crowd. By the end of that 10th round, they were all standing up chanting your name. How good does that feel in your head?
It felt great, you know. I thought the boxing fans were singing my name before matchroom and signing out Queen of the Three. It felt nice, bro. It felt love. It was unbelievable. It was great.
Was there any point in that fight when you were ahead? There seems to be a point in mid-round where he hit you, you were back a little bit, you were holding on, following the ground, but was that point where you felt his power a little bit?
Yeah, a couple runs, you know, I was moving back, my leg was all over the place, but, you know, good shots he was to make. It was just two big guys in there, bro. You understand? The whole point is to stay up and just keep moving, bro. It was beautiful and tough at the same time. You know?
Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it was hard. I don't know what's better, that one or Dillian Whyte? What do you reckon? Dillian Whyte the first one or this one?
How did they compare, like, how you felt in the ring? Fatigue-wise?
As I said before, I haven't been in the ring for a year now. So I was sparring, I was feeling great. But when I got in the ring, it was like, I had to win the first 5 rounds. You know, I'll get on the next 2-5 rounds, I'll win them. So that was the whole point, start fast and just go with it. We didn't want to start slow and go with the pace, and we had to win the first 5 rounds. And that's what we did.
Dillian said at the end ringside that he would like to have a trilogy fight with you. Do you want
that? And I will have a rematch with Dillian as long as he's clean. That's the whole point. If he's clean, I'll do that with him, 100%. But there's no point of fighting a guy who's not clean. But if he wants to have a rematch, I'll give him and I'll get on the same stuff he's on.
Del, you've had some massive wins in your career. This must be one of the sweetest. Where's it rank?
I don't know. It's like trying to choose which one is my favorite duel. Do you understand? I love both of them because they've both been with different promoters. So I love both of them. You know, I enjoy them, I love them, and that's good.
You've already said you love boxing and it'd be hard to walk away. Is there only 2 fights left now? Is that definitely what's in your head, or do you feel like...
Yeah, there's 2 fights left. Dom, what's that?
Yo.
What's that?
Well, how did it?
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
Give them to me. Is that all?
I think right now, I think it's a rough bag.
Come on, boys, pick up one. Don't be shy.
Del, Oleksandr Usyk visit you wrestling was, or what did he say?
I used to be my boy. I've been a couple of times to go see him watching, so I support him. And since I boxed him, we always stayed in touch and stuff like that. And then, as I said before, I had got one of my American friends who's like a massive, rich billionaire guy. He goes to me, I need you to put me in touch with somebody from Ukraine. I want to donate some money for charity for something. I know some guys from Ukraine, so I put him in touch with Usyk. And so far, my friend is like giving Usyk like 2-3 million. So we've been friends. So I think it was good for him to come and support me today and stuff like that.
I think it just started to sit when you you were waiting, Joe was taking a bit of time to start the round, and he was talking to you, Usyk. Did you hear what he was saying? He was like giving you some sort of instructions or saying.
He was saying move, but everybody was telling me to move, bro. But man, I tell you what, I wanted to fucking move. My legs didn't want to fucking move. I was like, move! But they're like, nah, motherfucker, we ain't going nowhere, bro. Just take the heat, bro. It was fucking hard, man. But you know what? Fair enough. Joe was good, man. Joe boxed well, man. You know, he boxed well.
You feel like Joe Joyce can come back from loss? A lot of people are saying, you know, boxing is after a couple of losses, people are saying maybe hang up your gloves. So what advice would you give to Joe?
How many has he lost?
3.
How many have I lost? Huh?
That's all I'm asking you.
Yeah, but he's just one of those things like, you know, he's lost 3. I've lost about 13, bro. And I keep popping back up like LPs, man. Just going hard. You know, you see what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? Do not worry, like you guys report this, yeah? Don't worry about the losses a fighter's got, yeah? Just enjoy them while they're doing what they do, bro. Because everybody's got this whole theme of like, oh, you know, trying to keep this perfect record like Floyd Mayweather, you know. I blame Floyd for this whole thing of trying to just keep it 50-50 and 0. So every fighter knows like, oh, I have to keep it 50 and 0 for people to think I'm not a bad fighter. But you know, if you're fighting other good fighters, you're gonna have losses, you're gonna have wins, you're gonna have losses. It's not a bad thing, bro. You've lost a fight. It's okay. You can fight again. You know, it's like football, man. You know, every fucking year Liverpool was losing until one day they won the Premier League. In lockdown, everybody didn't celebrate. Man United ran out, they stink up the joint, but we still love them. But it's okay though.
Just on the crowd again, you spoke in the week about the emotion of this maybe being your last fight at the O2. Was there a bit of emotion during the ring walk? And
yeah, emotional because my wife was not here, my kids. You know, it was very emotional. I didn't cry though. I said I'm not gonna cry. I'm a man's man. I don't cry. I'm joking. It was very emotional. It was sad, but what can I say? What goes up must come down, brothers.
Last question.
In terms of the activity, you said December for the next fight, or was this been a year since the last one?
Yeah, I'm gonna push for December.
December.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna push for December.
Cheers, guys. Thanks, Derek.
It would go the distance. I thought that obviously the favourite was Joe, and I suppose most people felt that's the same way. But I mean, you know, it takes two gladiators to create a fight like that, and both of them you've got to take action. And for me, I just thought it was the last couple of the last 2 rounds which decided in Derek's favour. It was a very close fight, going back and forth. But amazing. I mean, you look at their ages, you look at Derek does it. I don't know Joe does it for him. I mean, they did not miss each other at times. I mean, every punch they was throwing was amazing.
Frank, before the knockdown, how did you score in the fight? What do you think is next?
I didn't think much in it. I really did. Coming into that knockdown, and I think the knockdown, you know, it's a knockdown, 10-8, maybe. I thought Joe was winning the round to the knockdown, and the last round he came back strong at the end of the last round, and I thought that was gave him the fight for a couple of rounds.
And what's next for Joe Joyce after this defeat?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's too soon for them. I mean, I've said that I felt that the loser of this fight would have nowhere to go. But I never predicted or thought it would be a fight like this. I thought it would be competitive. I think it would be like this in a million years.
Fight of the year contender?
Well, I mean, the whole card was every fight on the card was a contender for fight of the year, but that was just something. I can't think of a recent. I mean, you know, Tyson and Usyk, the class that they are, both winning in that unification match. That was a tremendous heavyweight fight. And this at the level it's at was also. But,
I know he's not always been the easiest person to deal with, Derek. But when he uses a moment like that, and it still comes to mind to thank you for your part and to remember Dean Powell.
no, I've got to be honest, it's like you're sort of listening. And there are not words for it really, because Dean works for me for many years, and anybody, maybe some of you younger guys might know who he was, but he was our matchmaker, and he tragically committed suicide, and he was quite close with Derek and so forth. And so it was a terrible loss, but for him to mention him, I thought was very classy.
Just off topic briefly, what do you think of Dennis McCann's performance tonight?
Well, I think Dennis, I thought it was a great fight. I thought he really boxed. He boxed extremely well against a guy who's got, plenty of ticker. He's got, he comes to fight. He came all the way through, just coming to fight. And I thought Dennis boxed very maturely. He became of age tonight. He definitely came of age, and that was a fabulous performance. Fabulous performance. And there's some really big fights to be made now for him. There's another great domestic bust-up between him and Liam down the road. There's just some really cracking fights that are there to be made.
Is Liam versus Shabazz still what you want to do this? Liam and Shabazz, is that still what you want to do this year?
Well, that's going on first of all. That will go on when they're fit. That will probably go on in. I'm probably being a bit presumptuous saying that he wins the fight, but Shabazz had a good win out last time, didn't he? A tremendous finish. But boxing's so lively. It's just unbelievable. The fights out there, the excitement. We had a great show last week. This show tonight was just like fabulous tonight. If you're boxing fans, it don't get no better than this.
Frank, how good was a word on Moses Itauma? Sky's the limit for him after that win there.
Well, that for me was a fight where I was hoping we'd get some rounds, because I thought he needs to get some rounds under his belt. And you look at what he's been the sort of gatekeeper for young, or I say young heavyweights who coming through the ranks. Fraser Clark, Fury Fury, Dillian, Whyte, and all the older ones going back over the years, going back, and none of them stopped him. And they were not certainly. Fraser Clark isn't a young heavyweight. Moses is 19. He's a teenager, and the way he dealt with it was unbelievable. And funny, Alex Krasik and Usyk both said that they looked and both said at the same time, this is the future of heavyweight division.
I know he's only young there. Do you try and find him rounds, or do you kind of let him off the leash? Obviously, that back.
Listen, you've got to get rid of people in the ring. I want to see, I like at this stage of his career, see him, somebody setting him some problems to solve in the ring. But, he's got a superb jab. He's got unbelievably fast hands. Footwork's really good, and more importantly, when he lands those bombs on her, it's lights out. That was a bit of a statement from a 19-year-old kid.
And Ryan Garner as well, excellent against Archie Sharp tonight as well.
Yeah. That was a cracker of a fight, wasn't it? They were just all good fights, and that looked like the first 3 rounds that Archie was going to be on his toes, and he was going to sort of have to try and figure out how he was going to break him down and get to him. But he stayed at his task and done what he had to do, and came through. And he's had when I signed him, young Ryan, I thought he was one of our really, really good quality potential stars, and he started off like that. And if you've any old footage around, I waxed lyrical about him and how impressed I was. But he had a few problems outside the ring, and he went off the rails a bit. But we stayed with him. If you remember, he weighed in at 2 weigh-ins. He fainted twice. We pulled him off the card, and that was because he was doing the weight at the last minute because he wasn't training properly, and that was very dangerous for him to do that. But then he had a couple of problems, but he's turned his life around. He's married now. He's got a child. He's got another one on the way, and I'm thrilled for him because he's a really good little fighter. Now Archie sort of had a little period of inactivity for whatever reasons. He's 25-0. He was number one in 2 of the organisations as mandatory challenger, but he's in activity. They dropped him down, I think, to 3 and 4 in the respective ratings. But he's this for him is for Ryan is brilliant.
Is it about negotiating Ryan into that kind of world title position now?
Oh, we'll do that. I mean, that's a no-brainer for us. I think we'll do that. We keep it going. I want to do a show down there. You know, you've got Ryan, you've got Mark Chamberlain, you've got young Royston, who done well tonight. You know, steps up and had his first sort of little bit of a test, and we've got a couple of other youngsters from down there. I think we're definitely doing a show down on the South Coast before the end of the year.
Frank, we're seeing a lot of fights in the heavyweight division being made, especially with Turkey and Shakespeare influence on boxing. And you spoke about wanting Moses to get round him. Is a fight with Jared Anderson something you'd be able to open for Moses?
He's fighting, isn't he, next week?
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's a 1-3 fight. He's fighting for Cody.
If he can get a win against Martin Cody, that's something you would see.
See what happens. Let's see how that goes. It's next week. It's another Riyadh City event, and that's a cracking card. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right, how close do you feel Joyce was potentially to stopping Chisora in the later rounds?
Say it again.
How close do you think Joe was to stopping Chisora towards the later rounds?
I thought it was a couple of times he was. I really do. And I thought it was a couple of times Joe got caught with some really big shots as well. I mean, it seemed like it was a shot for him to miss. I mean, everything they were throwing, they were catching each other with. I mean, it was unbelievable, the resilience there. But one minute you thought Derek was going, then suddenly he come back around 4 or 5 punch combinations with some good shots. Then it went the other way. It was a very close fight, and I think, as I say, the last 2 rounds, the tide turned for Derek.
Not to discredit Derek, but what do you feel Joyce could have done better to maybe see through that stuff?
Used his jab more. Yeah. Like you look at that jab he was using against Joe Parker. There was a couple of times he was really looking good when he threw the jab, but he wasn't throwing it enough.
Is it a case of instruction, or do you feel he maybe can't do it?
I'm sure they were telling him to do the right thing, but it's doing it. Sometimes when you see 2 guys fighting like that, first of all, it's their age, and you wonder what they've got left in the tank. You know, wonder what it is, and and I just self-defense. The defence goes out the window. It's like a Victor McLagan and John Wayne fight. That's before your time, though.
Anything in the contract with your rematch, Frank?
That's too soon to talk about that. Honestly, I mean, that was such a unbelievable fight. And if there were going to be one, that would have to be down the road. I tell you that, because those guys, there'll be plenty of time to recover after that fight.
Frank, Dillian Whyte was ringside and he was talking to Chisora's management about a trilogy. Is that something you'd be interested in making?
He's got to get licensed first, isn't he? He gets licensed, that's all about it.
Frank, can I ask you about Jermaine's debut? What did you think?
Sorry,
Jermaine, Derek's.
I didn't see it. I haven't seen it. I'll look back at it. How did it look?
I didn't even watch it actually. Do you know what I guys watched it?
Awesome.
Frank.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Oh, you started the show early. Do you think he's got a future?
Couple more questions. I'd like to have it. I'm sure he has. He's like fights like this. He'll have a future. There's no doubt about it.
Frank, Raven Chapman made 50 fence of her title tonight.
She's done really well.
Is she finally going to get that world title shot next?
Yeah, we'll make that happen, without doubt. We'll make that. I've got to be honest, I thought that fight could have been stopped. Because the other girl, she was 10 rounds behind. She never won a round. And it started getting her. And it's a funny thing with this boxing, it's 2 minutes. And they throw lots of punches in fights. I mean, last week it was about Mr. Chantel talk about having punches, the punch stats. But it is only 2 minutes, and they're throwing more punches than people doing 3 minutes. If some of these women's fights become 3 minutes, they certainly won't go as long as that.
Is it possible that it's going to be an IBF world title rather than a WBC world title? Because obviously she's dropped around the rankings.
Yeah, would it be, for us, it'll be whatever we feel the best direction. We'll sit down and have a chat with her next week and make a decision. She's lovely.
Hi, Frank.
So she's our queen of queens.
Hello, it's Aisha from my boxing club. So this is his third loss now, Joyce. Does it get harder to build confidence for fighters back after 1, 2, 3 losses? Does it get harder to build their confidence back?
Is it hard for him to come back? Yeah, it is. I mean, sometimes, but then Derek's lost 13 fights. Do you know what I mean? And he's still in there, and he's just won tonight. It's a win. You know, I think a lot of it is. I mean, have I got to cuss on my fault, on my face, or cuss by my face? I said 2 years ago you should retire. That's what I said. And then you look at tonight, he pulled it out of the bag again. 13 losses is albeit against top quality of opposition. But he pulls out a performance like that tonight.
He's obviously still like a massive draw. Everyone loved him tonight. Can you just kind of speak to Derek's legacy for British boxing? Can you speak to his legacy for British boxing in particular?
I was surprised. I mean, it sounds terrible, like this disregard him. I'm surprised how much the crowd got behind him. I mean, I've promoted him for many years, and when he fought against Tyson, the crowd were behind him. He's now become I suppose, a bit like it's like the folklore of boxing now, isn't he? Dereck Chisora, people talk about this fight tonight. It was a great fight, and good luck to him. It's a tough business, our business. Well, our business is tough. It's much tougher for the fighters, and when you're doing it at the age of 40, I mean, it can't get much tougher than that.
Frank, we saw Oleksandr Usyk here in attendance today. Tyson Fury earlier in the week confirmed he's sticking with the same team. What can you tell us about in terms of update for the highly anticipated match between him and Oleksandr Usyk?
The update is, my friend, that it's on the 21st of September.
When is it going to be confirmed over?
It is confirmed.
You've not seen anything on social media saying that's 100% done?
Of course it's done.
In terms of a press conference, an official press conference launch?
What's the same one?
Well, thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. All done. Yes, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for that. Yeah.